Experience the pleasure of watching this highly detailed video on creating fringe. The video is presented in its natural length, allowing you to observe and immerse yourself in every step of the process. Once your stitching is done, turn around to see the backside. Sometimes, the bobbin thread may not be clearly visible, but no worries, just clip where it could be. On the backside of your project, you'll need to cut the bobbin thread along the long satin stitches, which will create a looped fringe on the right side. If you can't see the bobbin thread, it's easy to adjust the tension to make it looser and more visible. Then, just trim the excess bobbin thread, and you'll get that fringe with loops. But don't worry if you don't want to adjust the embroidery machine. You can still trim it by estimating where the bobbin thread might be. Just start by trimming small amounts at a time. It may result in open-edge threads instead of loops, but that's perfectly fine. For the best results, I recommend using polyester embroidery threads instead of rayon or silk. When it comes to cutting the fringe, go ahead and grab yourself some small and sharp embroidery scissors, not those nippers or other removers. You'll want scissors with curved blades, which make trimming much easier. Unfortunately, the design isn't really meant to be used with water-soluble bobbin threads. It's just too complex, and we want to achieve that final great look as a result. So instead, let's focus on trimming the bobbin thread on the backside of the project, step by step. Take your time with it. You can even turn the project right side up from time to fluff it and see what needs to be trimmed. Then just go back and continue with the trimming process. Once you get the hang of it, trust me, it won't take much time at all. This turkey embroidery that you're seeing right now was made during filming, so it might seem a bit slower, but once you get the hang of it, you'll be flying through the process. Alright, let's talk about removing those pesky threads. My go-to method for getting rid of those alley threads is using a roll, specifically designed for pets, that removes wool. Trust me, it works like an absolute charm. If you're an Eve enthusiast, chances are you might already have one of these handy tools lying around. Now, let's dive into the washing process. Good news! It's 100% safe to machine wash your item. To ensure those threads don't bulk up, you might want to consider turning the item inside out before tossing it into the machine. Oh, and here's a pro tip. Using a washing bag can provide an extra layer of protection. But wait, before you start the washing cycle, make sure to check the care instructions on your threads. Different threads might have specific temperature requirements, so be sure to use the appropriate washing temperature. Once the washing is done, depending on the type of thread you used, you might need to do a bit of gentle combing to keep things neat and tidy. So, there you have it. Alright, let's talk about how to pull out those threads with ease. It's a simple process, really. Just grab your trusty scissors and gently fluff the threads with the points. Now, if you're worried about accidentally harming your project, no problem. You can use a wooden stick to fluff the threads instead, providing that extra bit of caution. If you encounter some stubborn threads that just won't come out, chances are you have a bit of bobbin thread left on the backside of your item. Not to worry though, just turn the project around and locate that spot, give it a trim, and everything should fall right into place. Oh, before I move on, I forgot to mention something essential. I personally use tear-away stabilizer, and you may even find it helpful to use 2 layers of it. However, remember that any stabilizer suitable for your fabric will do the job perfectly. The choice ultimately depends on the specific needs of your project. And by the way, if you're loving this design, you can find many other similar ones for sale at our Artapli shop. One of the favorites among our customers is the chicken series, so feel free to explore and find the perfect design for your next project.